Hello, good day everyone. My name is Junxiao.
My name is Jinkit.
So today we will be talking about a project that we are building. The name of the project is called GemZ. It is a AI healthcare assistant that sees, understands, and cares. So I think Chunket can start with some introduction of the project and the background of it.
All right. Thank you, Junxiao. Our project title is GemZ, cover your health from A to Z. So, product name is simply Gen Z. So, it's actually covered for the GEM stands for uh, MedGemma, which is the powerful multimodal medical vision population model. And the Z, it stands for Generation Z. It serves as the broadly symbolizes the new generations of intelligence and human-centered healthcare. So in this project, we are going to talk about the challenge of the current healthcare scenario. So where every second matters in healthcare. So the journey for patients seeking medical attentions often with uncertainty. So there are certain concerns like we need immediate, we need intelligence, and we need multimodal and actionable models to solve the current situations. So here is our innovations, a unified AI platform for healthcare assistance. So this is actually inspired and powered by the MedGemma, the standout features of our AI's capability for image understanding. And also, this is also enables our Gen Z assistant to process and interpret the visual medical data. So specifically in the medical context. So the Gen Z serve as a comprehensive platform for initial medical triage. So this is actually using the generative AI technologies of LangGraph for intelligent orchestrations. So this is a sophisticated LangGraph agent. So this framework allows us to define the dynamic and stateful flows, um, orchestrating the interactions between the user and our LLMs and also the external tools. So we are also using the Gemini 2.5 Flash. So this is the actually the conversational brains. So Gemini 2.5 Flash model serve as the conversational intelligence of our assistant. And the next one is in the MedGemma. This is a very powerful specialized medical vision for image understanding. So it is integrations using the models of MedGemma 4BIT, a specialized multimodal model. Yes. So this is the example of the code snippet, which will be introduced by Jinsho.
Okay, so this part of the code is the part where we initialize the MedGemma model in the notebook. So basically, we're running this in our Kaggle notebook, or you can also use Google Colab. So the model is being loaded from Hugging Face. So if you look down, there is also part where we define different functions and different tools for the model to use so that we can have different features for the user. For example, if the user asks for a nearby healthcare facility, the model will intelligently determine its location by using a mock function called get user location. And then we also use Google Map API to fetch all the healthcare facilities that are within the user's vicinity. Not just that, if the user is asking about issues with his teeth or dental issues, this function will also automatically filters by dental clinics only. We also have a function called interview patient, where if the user asks for a detailed diagnosis for his symptoms, we will have multi-turn conversation to guide the user to provide some more detailed information about his symptoms and then to get information about his past history, whether he has allergies or not. And then this model will prepare a report for pre-clinical appointment so that the medical professionals can just use the report for further assessment later. After the interview is done, there is also another tools for preliminary diagnosis, whereby the model can generate initial non-diagnostic assessment based on the collected data in the interview earlier. So the model will not provide a conclusive diagnosis, but it will provide a preliminary assessment whereby we will also classify the severity based on whatever is being collected during the interview. So, as mentioned earlier, classified severity is to provide a preliminary urgency classification, helping the user understand whether these symptoms is an emergency or not, and what is the next step that should be provided, that should be performed by the user. Okay, so this is one of the examples where we define the tools for get nearby healthcare facilities, and we use Google Map API to fetch nearby healthcare facilities within 5 kilometers of the user. Okay, and this is an example where we set up the LangGraph. So we have different nodes. So basically, we have a chatbot node. This is the main chatbot, the Gemini chatbot that handles the user conversation. And then we also have the human node where the user can act as a human to provide human input to the model. And then we also have a tools node where the model can dynamically call different tools based on the user's query. And based on that, we also have different conditional edges where the agent can decide to quit the flow or end the conversation when the user says quit. And there's also conditional edges where the agent can route it to tools. For example, if the user asks for nearby healthcare facilities, then it can route to the tools node and determine which tool to use. So that would be all for our snippet. If we look at the Kaggle notebook, right, to summarize what Chungket has introduced earlier, our key features is there's a feature to perform quick symptom assessment whereby the user can just say a brief symptom. For example, hey, I'm having a sore throat for the past 3 days and I'm also coughing. So based on this, our model is able to come up with a brief assessment, right, to let the user understand the urgency. For example, in the case of fever and sore throat, then it is probably viral infection, right? The next feature that we have is medical imaging in terms of fundus imaging. Uh, that means like if the user get a retina scan in healthcare facilities and they need help to interpret further on the scan, there is a function for user to upload the image and then have our model analyze what is the abnormalities. If the user choose to perform a more detailed preliminary diagnosis, we also have a turn-by-turn conversation to guide the users to collect their symptom data so that the model is able to provide to perform a detailed diagnosis and also prepare a pre-appointment report. So this pre-appointment report can later be used by the healthcare professionals to speed up their assessment. Okay, and as mentioned earlier, if the user wants to look for any nearby healthcare facilities, they will be able to see um, whatever facilities that are near their vicinity. Not just that, after the model fetches the location of the nearby healthcare facilities, we also display it in the form of a map so that they can see where exactly it is for better navigation and ease of access. And as introduced earlier, this project is using a multi-agent AI architecture whereby where the Gemini 2.5 Flash is the main model, the main brain of the agent for general conversation and also deciding which tools to use. And whereas the MedGemma for BIT is a domain-specific model that it specializes in stuff like interpreting medical images and also doing preliminary diagnosis and whatnot. Yeah.
All right. So we'll go back to the here. All right. So thank you, Junjo. So next one is the impact and the benefits. So the our Gen Z is actually using the LangGraph AI healthcare assistant to empower the both patients and healthcare providers. So it's actually accelerating the triage, which is providing the very fast, immediate guided assessment of symptoms before you meet your physical doctors. And also, we are enhancing the accessibility, offering 24/7 preliminary medical guidance without limits of any physical clinics or hospital closure. And we are also improving the information quality, delivering the reliable information source from a specialized AI, which is from something like MedGemma, uh, reducing reducing the reliance on unverified online data. So, and also the facilitating proactive care, and also the reducing burden on healthcare systems, which is can uh, but be not too rely on our nurses or our healthcare providers. And then next up is the road ahead, unleashing the full potential. So even though the LangGraph AI healthcare assistant makes a significant steps for this, so but we still have our limitations and our consideration for this. So the first one is the ethical guidance, guide rails and disclaimers, and also real world data integration, specialized training. So much of this is required. Uh, our how to say, this is not a diagnose or treat, but it's actually using uh, a lot of how to say ethical AI principles and clear disclaimers. Yes, and also we are using specialized training. While MedGemma is powerful, but expanding the image analysis to be a broader range of medical scans will requires a lot of specialized model training and validations. Somehow it's actually costing a lot as well. So this we come up with a future arc of possible, which is we believe that using the Gen Z can make us have a big leap of improvement in terms of hyper specialized image analysis and fine tuning, scalable and secure deployment, because we have sufficient resources, hosting and serving the models like MedGemma, uh, using Google Cloud's Vertex AI could be enable massive scalability and enhance the security. And next up is using the seamless telemedicine and also the RAG. So we believe that using the RAG with deeper integrations and cooperation with healthcare providers, we can introduce the advanced RAG features, which is can able to pull and retrieve synthesis relevant information from reliable medical knowledge bases. Yes. And the next up is the proactive health monitoring, personalized health journeys, advanced clinical decision supports, and multilingual cultural aware AI. So all of this is actually using the AI agents, which is able to maintain the long-term patient health profiles to offer the hyper-personalized advice and prevention care plans. Yes. And yeah, we come up with the conclusion. So GemZ showcase the tangible applications. So it is a powerful, it is an intelligence product to redefine the healthcare access and efficiency uh, at the present and in the future. So we are combining both LLMs and also our agentic workflows. So we hope that GemZ are able to build a foundation layer for future where the intelligent AI can become more indispensable allies in helping and driving our healthcare industry forward. Yeah. So I guess that would be our product of Gen Z. So we hope that uh, Gen Z are able to help uh, building the gaps between humans and AI in the healthcare industry. Yes.
Yeah, don't forget to try out.
Yes.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you.